I know. The lighting's not fantastic. But you're gonna have to bear with me because I've gotten basically sun on my face and body the first 2.5 hours of the morning. Because as you see, there is not a cloud in the sky. Really. I think it's starting to get dry season in Costa Rica where it's just very sunny. Hopefully we're ready for it. You read the title of this video. I wanted to go a little bit more in specific about my specific experience and story with some specific areas of our lives that I think did a lot of damage to me, and looking back, it's quite unbelievable that I was able to still do the things I've done today, and man, like I said in the first couple videos, I was a tech abuser as a kid. Man, I loved video games. Man, I loved Call of Duty and all the popular games and playing with your buddies online and sitting there and literally after school, playing all day. Just great memories. I mean, very nostalgic. In the moment, you feel really happy, but sounds probably similar to a lot of other things that aren't good for you, like drugs, like pornography, like some of these things. But I want to go in specific to where I really started understanding when I'm looking back. I've only gotten back to about 2023 right now, or 2022. And that is when I'm looking back and I realized my cell phone was such a problem, and the things we put in our ears, the AirPod's, which, man, oh man, I was thinking last night, I'm thinking, no wonder I used them. The quality was so good. If you're living with other people, you can noise cancellation. You can perfectly hear your audio, perfect focus. Yeah, you probably comprehend better, remember more from the audiobook you're listening to, the video you're listening to, the podcast you're listening to. And obviously it worked. I mean, I implemented so many ideas, started a business, had great success in bowling, was doing a lot of good things in life, building some friendships and relationships with women as well. It was like, man, it was the start of some good life as a young man, like any man would want. But I'm looking back and I truly realized that our cell phone is the greatest radiation factor in our lives every single day that's damaging us and damaging our susceptible parts of our body. And for everyone that's different, only the Lord knows. But when I think back to 2022, when I started my business, in 2023 and some of 2024, I wore AirPods for 6, 8, 10 hour shifts outside, wearing rubber boots so I'm not grounded. Grounding, by the way, when you're connected to the earth with your bare feet or hands, it helps mitigate the damage a little bit. It's a little bit better. But you still, when you have this phone right here and it's touching you, and the creators of these devices didn't allow their kids to have it, says a lot. That's everything you need to know, right? Just go to the creator of that device, not our creator, and see what they're doing. And they're not allowing their kids to do it, and they wrote it down, and they warned people, and there's actually warning labels out there, and we all just seem to ignore it. And if you talk about it, you're crazy and psycho and woo-woo. So, it was my right pocket for me. Even sometimes it was right here. If it was cold out, I had a jacket that I wore that I still have today, right here. That makes me also think about, my digestion and my stomach, my liver, my gallbladder. It's damaging the crap out of those areas of my body. And I look back and things start to make a little bit of sense. Where are my problem areas? Kind of right here, quite literally. And it really started hitting me when, man, my diet was getting better and better. I was getting further and further away, more and more months and years away from junk food, seed oils, processed sugars, 70 ingredient meals, fast food, restaurants, all the junk food. And my skin and eczema was getting worse. I was getting new psoriasis. I was getting worsened dry skin, worsened mood and depression and things like this, worsened cold intolerance. Thinking, man, like, I'm supposed to be getting better every day. What's up? Wearing AirPods every day. In the winter, even when I'm not working, I was wearing them because the high quality. I was wearing them all day. So now I have a cell phone boom, cell phone boom, cell phone boom. I'm just radiating all the sensitive parts of my body that are already a little bit damaged from maybe my tech abuse as a kid or some poor diet decisions during my life. And the cell phone's the biggest part, right? So in 2024 and then most of 2025, I actually just quit using earbuds and AirPods. Now, you know, it's harder to answer the phone, but I still had my phone in cell data mode, Wi-Fi mode, AirDrop mode, Bluetooth mode, all the modes turned on, high radiation frequency, right here, all day, long shifts, sometimes 10, 12 hours on big jobs, and wondering why I was like literally zapped afterwards. I felt like I was hungover. I never really drank. I never really drank alcohol. I never had these vices of drugs or alcohol, but obviously my vice was technology. I was literally hungover for days after some big jobs. And it's not because of the work. I can work my butt off. Anyone who knows me knows that there's no end to my work session until it's over, until it's complete. But why was I hungover afterwards? Why was I so hungover, depressed, moody, didn't want to do anything, unmotivated? This phone right here that's recording this, that's far away from me in airplane mode right now. Ever since I've been putting my phone in airplane mode, after sunset, turning it completely off. I don't even want to see the screen in red mode, all the way down, brightness. I still don't want to see it. MacBook, audio only. Podcast, audio only. Zero light after night. All of a sudden, the eczema, the psoriasis, all the symptoms I talked about earlier, decrease 97% overnight just from doing that one simple thing. And it immediately lets me know that this is our biggest problem in society, guys. If you're battling health issues, it's the biggest thing you have to look into. And it's the biggest thing for me that I overlooked for the longest time. It's got to be the food. Everyone talks about the food. It's got to be the food. It's got to be my exercise. I got to just move more. But the more I moved, the better I ate, the worse I got. Why? Because seemingly somehow, the more addicted I got to my blue light screen. That causes all the problems. Something to think about, guys. See how it affects you. Just try it. Give a 3-day tech fast. If you don't need your phone or computer, which so many of you don't need it out there. I can't believe it. I mean, if you're not making sustainable money for yourself or your family or your loved ones or your community, why do you even have your phone turned on? Like, ever? It baffles me. So, and again, I'm not making an excuse for myself. Like I said, I'm exploring options to run my business in a way to where I still don't really need to have my phone turned on all the time with all the modes turned on, which is very damaging. It's very damaging, guys. We'll see you in the next one.